Previously on TV Sin.
So there's this rave tonight, okay, at that club, Let's Bolt.
This place has everything. Desk sets, key fobs, kale chips.
Okay, how many of you guys been watching Studio 60 since high school?
Seems like as good a time as any to roll commercials.
This is the real thing. It's our 20th season.
Actually, if the show first aired in 1986 and this is 2006, then this would be the 21st season. Show doesn't know how to count to one.
Live from Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, it's Friday night in Hollywood.
So it's SNL then, right? But it can't actually be SNL, so they changed the day of the week and other details, but that makes the suspension of disbelief really difficult. We know the real thing that it's based on, and we know that this is the fake thing clearly imitating the real thing. Doesn't matter how hard you Sorkin the dialogue, that's a difficult mental hurdle to clear.
From the ABC smash hit Desperate Housewives, Felicity Huffman is here tonight.
The simpler times of 2006, when one could call a show on one of the networks a smash hit.
3-6 Mafia out here.
Sweet! With the 3-6 Mafia here, at least there will be one Oscar winner in the cast.
Tell my secretary I want the chairman of NBS.
NBS? Really? You're telling me in a world where ABC and NBC exist, there would be a competing network called NBS? I'm calling Shownanigans.
What do you want me to say to the 50 million people who are going to go out of their minds as soon as it airs?
First of all, you can tell them that we average 9 million households. So that's at least 41 million who are full of crap.
Dear John would be great at TV Sins.
And the second, you could tell them that living where there's free speech means sometimes you get offended.
Actually, I'm gonna have to side with Serious Man over Taxi here. Technically, this is a private corporate entity, so free speech isn't really even the consideration.
Peripheral Vision Man is not funny. It's never been funny.
Then why did it even make it past the writer's room? Someone couldn't see how unfunny it was, even though it was right in front of their face? Wait.
Tell the writer's room they're gonna have to stretch it another 25 seconds, and I'm sure the making it longer was the missing ingredient in making it funny.
For some strange reason, I'm taking that comment personally.
Which isn't how we do it on Wisteria Lane. On Wisteria Lane, we'd invite the suspect over to our book club. You know, actually, I was told these were going to change. Are these the newest cards?
Sorry, Felicity, but apparently not only weren't they rewritten, but every card is the same, since he just changed the cards, and yet from the front, it's the same sentence you just read.
Decision time. Are we going with the slutty dress or the very slutty dress?
They just said 90 seconds until they air. I get these live shows are insanity and a bowl of more insanity, but they would at least have Felicity Huffman in the proper slutty dress at this point, right?
I need the very slutty dress and somebody else to wear it.
Are we taking suggestions? Asking for a friend.
My fellow Americans, I'm here to speak to you tonight about a very serious subject. My legacy.
Is that supposed to be W? And Cheney? I mean, I've seen some rough SNL, and maybe I'm just still fresh from Bale's Vicecapades, but there is no possible way an impression this bland would make it to air. Perhaps if you're going to do a show on sketch comedy, you should hire some sketch comedians.
Well, there's always been a struggle between art and commerce. And now I'm telling you, art is getting its ass kicked.
If this show's opening networked any harder, I'd think it was attending a multi-level marketing convention.
People are having contests to see how much they can be like Donald Trump.
Well, it's official. Aaron Sorkin is a precog. I knew there was something up with that guy.
That remote in your hand is a crack pipe.
Pretty sure I'd be more entertained right now if it was. Michael? The river? The country? Also reading.
4 years at NBC, where she saw to it that Jay Leno spanked David Letterman on a regular basis.
I mean, we all have our kinks, but I do not remember that show at all.
Nothing bad's gonna happen on my first day, right?
Character says nothing bad is going to happen on my first day, and everyone else's phones go crazy with the news of whatever bad shit indeed happened in unison cliché. Sure, it's possible that even though he works in TV that he wouldn't know the different tape sizes, but would he really try to insert the whole thing long ways? Jeez, Stolbarg, at least buy the VCR dinner first.
The world needs Peripheral Vision Man.
The look Jordan McDear gives makes it appear she knows that this was the sketch that replaced the better one, and she would have no way to know that, or know if the original sketch was worth cutting or not. Les hadn't even gotten the chance to tell her what the original sketch was about.
In a scene reminiscent of Paddy Chayefsky's classic film Network.
This is followed by 4 other newscasts that reference Network. Sorkin's going all out on admitting how similar this is. But once again, for those in the back, admitting things does not absolve things.
Is there something funny about this, Jordan?
God, Jack, there's like 7 things funny about this.
I really wish I could play you the 5 minutes of absolute gold that's about to pour forth in this meeting. It's funny, meaningful, clever, and Aaron Sorkin is a gift from the writing gods. And I'm taking 10 sins off, and I'm doing it while walking down a hallway.
I don't know who the bookers are even going to get who are going to be on our side.
Just a note from the future, I'll bet my measles vaccination that news shows can find someone to argue just about any sort of nonsense.
We're going to hire 2 people who hate your guts, and we're going to do it. Listen.
Amanda Peet is absolutely shredding through this Sorkin dialogue and stealing the show. I'm not saying she hasn't had a career, but the fact that she hasn't had the career she deserved is definitely a sin.
Karen here got invited to the Friday night rap party. I thought it might be a fun thing to do after.
for Studio 60.
I would say convenient invite to the rap party so Jordan can get the chance to speak to them is convenient, but then I would be undermining the absolute insanity of the pace of this show. Maybe if the show let itself breathe a little, people would have been more interested in sticking around.
And she got mad?
Yes, she certainly did. But that's not why we broke up.
Great. Skip.
Matt.
Yeah.
Go up on the stage now.
Why?
You just won.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's great.
Fine, maybe he didn't realize they were handing out his award. Okay, I guess it's possible he would be aloof enough to not hear his actual name announced, but you're telling me the spotlight goes on, his partner hugs him, and he still doesn't know? Amigos? Musketeers? Blind mice?
I'm not an expert on Christian people, Daphne.
I'm not an expert on Christian people. Daphne was also my screen name on ChristianMingle.com, my throwback reggae crunk infusion band in middle school, what I said to my wife after our first viewing of Gladiator, or Deep, the episode of Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. I pitched in 2013 to the Cartoon Network, and was told very kindly to never put pen to paper again if I wanted to keep my dignity.
I gotta ask you something.
What?
If it wasn't the Star Spangled
No.
I would give all the f***ing sins I've ever given any show back right now if Simon Helberg were to say, next, was it The Big Bang Theory?
Hey guys.
Yeah?
You're being called back to the studio.
Who?
Everybody.
Then why didn't you just say everybody's being called back into the studio, you pronoun game playing, drama-inducing excuse for a human plot device?
Come on, I'm gonna put you in the green room till we're ready.
Wait, they actually got everyone in here and in place on the same night? I'm not saying the geographical logistics are impossible, I'm saying the business logistics are. Do you know how many executives, boards, agents, managers, and lawyers, dear God, the lawyers that a decision like this would have to go through?
There are gonna be some horny, psycho-religious cults tonight.
Yeah, it's a wild, wild country, Amanda. A wild, wild country indeed.
Vancouver doesn't look like anything.
That's Canuckist.
Ironically, I'm the one who's high as a paper kite right now, but legitimately. Stop talking now? Yeah, you bet.
So excited for 6 or 7 seasons of Matthew Perry killing it in this role.
Congratulations on your WGA award.
Writers Guild Award? Did you watch him on your LCD display after ordering something from your DC Comics with the UPC code? Or did you go to the ATM machine and use your PIN number instead? Do you want me to save all this in a PDF format for you?
Because if you pointed a camera at two people masturbating, it'd be among the least embarrassing things on the national broadcasting system.
I think that show happened. It was a remake of The Odd Couple. Did he just take those steps 2 at a time after having back surgery 4 days ago? I get that he's on painkillers, but an ounce of prevention, man.
Matt, you can get another director. You can get someone good.
Actually, he could do that and still run the show. I'm not sure how anyone thinks letting a script that's already in development sit on its ass for 2 years is the best decision.
You're paying Beavis and Hackboy $30,000 an episode?
Hey, we'll come up with the outdated and forced nicknames around here, pocket full of Mr. Sunshine. Business. What's with the exuberant applause here? This group of people is nervous for their jobs, confused about what's going on, and likely dead tired, since this is still somehow the same night as they already did a full show. I'm guessing excited applause energy is the furthest thing from their minds.
You like it?
Yeah.
Good. Because we live here now.
But only for 22 episodes. F***ing according to Jim managed 172. This is why we can't have good things, people.
But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice?
Capitol is surrounded by pedophiles, criminals, and drug addicts. And that's just the House of Representatives.
And that's Schrodinger's paradox, right? Is the cat dead, or is the cat not dead?
I'm not Jewish. Nobody's perfect.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I am nobody's master, got it? I don't want you here, and I don't want you here.
Janice was my safety net, okay? And now I have to get a snake.
Uh-huh. Why is that?
If I'm gonna be an old, lonely man, I'm gonna need a thing, you know? A hook. Like that guy in the subway who eats his own face.
I know what you're thinking. What the heck is this handsome devil doing back in the Oval Office? Well, the truth is, this is just a set. I had it built in my basement in Texas so I could pretend to still be president sometimes.